I'm gonna tell you two things about us. One, we love Shonen Jump.
Ooh.
Two, we don't fuck with Spy X Family. If you like that series, fuck off. Very unkindly.
Did somebody piss you off
Peace.
about Spy Family? Did somebody overrate Spy
Nope.
Family to you?
Nope.
Oversell it,
It
unfortunately.
just it just exists and it's popular and it's just a target. I
I
don't
think
know.
I think the creator of that series doesn't even really like Spy Family.
That's good. I mean, well, that's complicated.
Because he just like wrote it because he was trying to get published. Because I think he had another series that he actually liked doing that got canceled, and he decided to try write
Like,
something that was a little more easier to get serialized. And lo and behold, he created a massively popular series.
let me tell you a secret, Chris. It's actually not. I always say Spy X Family, but it's really the other one that grinds my fucking gears,
What's the other one?
and that's Mission Yozakura Family.
That one grinds your gears. That's like not even on the radar.
Yeah, it. All right.
I haven't heard
I
anybody talk
feel
about
like
Mission
I
Yakuza.
feel like I feel like there's fans of it that exist, and in their circles they're like, low key, this is the best manga out, and everyone's sleeping on it, and it's like, no, we're not. No, we're not.
I feel
Y'all are
like
sleeping on World Trigger, and that's the best.
you're that's quite an assumption. It's a crazy assumption.
I jumped through a lot of hoops for that one. Is that what
You
your
might have
suggestion?
jumped through a lot of hoops for that one. There's a big truck outside, and I hope it's not in the mic right now. But
Like I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
you are doing a lot of heavy lifting there. The last chapter of Mission Yozakura Family got 14th place. It's a
Out of what?
it's a jumpy little series, 1 minute it's in the top 5, 1 minute it's in like the bottom 10.
Because they have they have a protagonist that he's such a cool guy
Is he a
and
cool
he's
guy?
so talented. Yeah,
Have you read
he's
it?
like
I haven't really read a lot of it.
I read it here and there every now and then.
Yeah, I do that thing where I sometimes I just like open the newest chapter to see what it looks like.
Just see what's Yeah, we've mentioned this before.
Mm-hmm.
We both fancy.
That's a little
We both
peek.
dabble a little bit.
Just a little peeky peek.
Yeah, a little. This is still going on. I wonder why. Let's
Hmm.
see.
I wonder why.
It's and sometimes you look at it and you're like, ooh, this
Mm.
looks like it could be interesting, but
Yeah.
nah. I think you just keep it
No.
moving. But nah,
It's too
not
far
gonna
along right
invest.
now. Like I need a reason to read it at this point. I was lucky when I caught up
We're
to
not
Sakamoto
talking about
Days.
Mission Yozakura.
We are.
Don't ever say yes, it's interesting, even though maybe there was once.
No, I said that it's too late for me to really get into it, I think. Kagurabachi is like doing
I was just looking at that,
kind of
just
mid,
as you said that.
actually. I'm looking at like this is a website that gives you like the rankings. It waffles
Yeah.
around like the tens, like 11. Like last chapter was number 12 ranked, despite it being a color page.
Mm,
Actually, that's kind of surprising.
Good, huh? Is Jujutsu Kaisen in the top 5 usually?
Jujutsu Kaisen, I would say I would think so. Jujutsu Kaisen yeah, it hovers around the top 10 pretty easy.
There was one series that I was really shocked that it was like as low as it was, like on average. And I swear I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, wasn't that My Hero Academia? Like, it hasn't been in the top 5 in like a while or something, or it
No.
hasn't consistently. Am I?
The last few chapters were number 6 apparently, and the lowest it's been was chapter 404. It's 17th place. People really did like that one. Wow.
Chapter 404.
What was that one about?
About to go pull that up right now. Oh, that was only a few chapters ago.
Yeah.
This has really been around 400 chapters. Don't.
You cut out for a little bit. What would you say?
Believe it's been out for four. Oh, I can't believe it's been out for 400 chapters.
Yep.
It doesn't
Issue.
feel like it at all.
Yeah, it came out
This was a
20.
whack ass chapter. And yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I loved the tunnel of
Oh, the Tunnel of
memories.
Memory. That was the one.
Yeah, I love that
I
shit
just like
so
the
much. I
artistic.
remember that.
I just like the artistic creativity there. I thought it was cool.
You It's moments like this, Chris, that like, the video version of this podcast is just moments you'll never be able to fully grasp. When I tell you I stared at my mic as you said it was artistically nice, like I wish I feel like you may have intuitively felt that. You know what I'm saying? But didn't know where it was coming from because you didn't expect eyes to be coming from a mic. Like out from, or maybe from your headphones. Maybe you felt my eyes through your headphones. You had to.
I don't know why that
Cause
made you so mad.
boy,
Why are you? Like I like it, but you hate it. I don't understand why.
it's Horikoshi. Must I rehash the same shit again?
No, we don't
He's
gotta.
cheating. We don't care about 90% of the people here.
No, I mean that's why I said I like the old
Wow.
artistic merit about it. It's really good paneling. It's interesting comic art.
No, I don't know that,
Well,
but I
I'm not
guess
gonna go crazy.
that's what you think. I have my
Sakamoto Days has
opinions.
been
You have
doing
yours.
great.
You know what? The people says 17th to memory tunnel.
That's fine. It was number one to me. But yeah, Sakamoto's Days is pretty good. I'm like at like 10 chapters behind it, but I gotta catch up again.
I need to get back into that, man. It's been
It's
a
so
while.
good, dude. I think you guys would love it. Brian especially. I feel like it
I
would be.
do love it already. It's Brian that has to be won over.
I feel like once Brian reads it, he's gonna go crazy. Some of the really
I think he
really
is.
cool
I think Brian's
action,
gonna pop off.
really cool action in Sakamoto Days. Very fun to read.
You know what I would pay money for? To watch Brian real time react to his favorite comics when he first reads them.
Why?
He should stream that on
Why
Twitch.
would you pay money for that?
'Cause it would be the funniest fucking thing around. I can't think of anything funnier.
I don't know,
It's
man.
just like him reading My Hero Academia, like Kyo.
What? Kyo?
They get it. Like I want to watch Brian get hype and then study and research. It's like, what is it that's so hype about this fucking cornball all for one?
I don't think he likes All for One.
Or the fact that Midoriya learned all of his techniques in less than a chapter.
I wonder how Witch Watch is doing. That's another series. I'm like, damn, this really
Oh,
made
Witch
it pretty
Watch.
far. It's like 137 chapters.
Wow, it's still around.
Hmm.
It is a lot. I mean, a lot. You know what I'm saying?
What?
It probably has a lot of fan service.
No. Nah.
You know why Demon Slayer was so popular aside from the gorgeous art?
Why?
I don't want to say it actually. I'm gonna refrain from continuing those thoughts.
Why? How could you possibly be mean to Demon Slayer?
Well, it was pretty hyped, so trust me, I have my reservations, but
I
we're
think
not gonna
it
go
makes
there
for a better
today.
anime. I would say. I don't know if I would recommend people read the manga. It's such a
The
better.
anime was pretty sick.
It's a better experience through the anime. So if you're gonna consume Demon Slayer, you should probably watch it.
Yeah, and if y'all are new to it, don't have any favorite characters.
Yeah.
Not even just because of death, like because if your favorite character isn't the main character, they won't get any development. Unfortunately, it is one of those series,
In Demon
but
Slayer?
it's still pretty cool
No,
nonetheless.
that's not
Yeah,
true. That's not true.
who else gets development?
All of them.
Definitely not the Beast Boy and Zenitsu.
Yeah, they do. Zenitsu gets a very pivotal fight at the end.
That's a Vind.
Hmm?
But that's ending stuff. I don't really count that the
Well,
same. That's like we're already at
yes,
the finish
they're
line, you
there the
know?
whole time. They train together a lot.
I feel like they
Bro,
don't
you haven't
level
even
up
watched it.
like how. Yes, I've read the whole thing.
You read the
I
whole
swear to
thing?
God,
Okay.
I read the whole thing, bro.
I don't know. I think you're misremembering. There's definitely like character development.
I just remember Tanjiro getting like all this, like you know what I'm
Well,
saying,
yeah,
all
he's
the
the main
important fights.
character.
Yeah, but like others, I'm not saying that every series has to do it, but the ones that find ways to have their side characters have really meaningful fights where they develop and grow alongside. Those are some of my favorite series, and I don't feel like that sort of attention was paid in Demon Slayer personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like kind of casually watching it here and there, and I'm just like the entertainment district arc had some Zenitsu like beat someone on that with the help of
Beat someone.
mhm.
Yeah, but he was in his sleepy mode. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but you
saying? That's
know,
like,
that's like part of the development. He's not done yet. It's the middle of the series.
but that's the whole point that his sleepy mode is really really strong.
Yeah, it's also him.
That's not.
He is just asleep. It's not a different person. That's who he really is.
I guess I didn't think about it like that.
My cat Gingerbread's sleeping right next to me. It's pretty awesome. She's so small.
I don't know where Coco's at.
I watched Poor
She was
Things
annoying the shit out of
yesterday.
me. What?
I watched Poor Things yesterday. Have you heard of that movie?
No.
It's pretty good. It's with Emma Stone. She's like it's kind of like a Frankenstein-y type movie. If you should if you guys have time to go watch it, you should.
Is it about Frankenstein?
No, no, it's like Frankenstein. It's like kind of a take on the concept of Frankenstein, but it's not really Frankenstein at all.
Robot.
No, just a reanimated lady.
Oh. And Emma Stone is that? Oh yeah. I've been seeing the ads for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do want to see that too. Actually,
you should. It's
yeah, I
pretty
know what you're
solid.
talking about. Emma Stone and who's the other?
And Willem
Somebody
Dafoe.
else. I don't remember him by name.
Willem Dafoe is the Green Goblin in all the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, that's my nigga.
One of the goats of acting.
Did anyone play Green Goblin as good as him?
I think he's the only guy who's ever played Green Goblin live.
That's gotta mean something.
It does. You know what? I don't know if I mentioned this on the pod, but I watched like Spider-Man 1 the other day, like the Tobey Maguire one, after I don't know
Whoa.
how long, maybe like 5 years, maybe 5-10 years. It's been a long time since I've seen them.
Be right
Those
back. I'm grabbing something from the room, but
give
I
me
can still hear you.
okay. I'll tell you what though, those movies hold up. I was actually kind of shocked. I was kind of preparing myself for those movies to not be as good as I remember them, and like I only watched Spider-Man 1, but I was like, whoa, this actually rules. I forgot how hard they like fought at the very end. Like Green Goblin was beating the fuck out of Peter.
If Peter was losing.
Yeah, he was getting ragdolled. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. But he came around in the end.
Yeah, he did. It was great.
Because I remember him begging for Spider-Man to, like, do something, like, to, like, not beat him up anymore, and then that's when he dodges the glider. That was iconic.
Yeah, yeah, he pulled like a Frieza thing.
Yeah,
Where he was like, "Spare
'cause
me!"
he's like, "I didn't." Yeah, and then he tried to shoot him with something, ended up killing himself, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why didn't he just take Goku's hand and just be like, "Alright, alright." I
Mm,
guess that wouldn't be Frieza, right?
what do you mean?
No, like, Frieza was begging for Goku for help, and then Goku tried to help him, and then he, like, tried to kill Goku, right? Or something
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
That's what I'm saying, why didn't Frieza just relax?
Because he's a fiend.
He is a fiend, but he's still alive and well now, so I guess it all worked out for him.
Yeah.
And he's got a cool new form.
Yeah, we never talked about Black Frieza, I think.
We haven't?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, they're doing the whole super. Oh, I watched Dragon Ball Superhero,
Oh, shit.
and I watched Dragon Ball Broly.
Whoa! Finally. What'd you
Yeah,
think?
the super movies.
Yeah.
So, which one do you want me to talk about
Well, I
first?
guess we could go chronological. What'd you think of Broly?
Well, I'll tell you this. Don't hate me for this, but I actually never seen the original Broly movie.
Mm. I mean, it's fine.
I've only heard schoolyard legends of it,
I mean, yeah.
quite
I
literally.
think Broly is like the root word of Brolic.
Yeah, I think that's where Brawlic came from.
Because Brolic's, I don't think Brolic is a real word. I've looked it up before. So that can only mean that, like, people saw Broly and were like, he's so cool. We're making a whole name out of it.
I remember his thing was that he was so angry before,
Yeah. His original
and
origin
like,
is kind of like famously dumb. Um,
really, what
yeah.
happened?
No, the reason he's so mad and he hates Goku in the original is because when they were babies, Goku was crying a lot in the crib next to him.
Oh yeah.
And then Broly got pissed at that as a baby. And I
Mhm.
guess like that embarrassed him somehow. I don't know. It was strange. And then Vegeta, of course, King Vegeta had him tried to get him killed because he was stronger than Vegeta,
He was
baby
so
Vegeta.
strong.
He was so
Yeah.
strong.
So that part of the movie remained the same, where he sends him off to a different planet or something.
Yeah, but well, no, in the I think in yeah, I think that part remains where they were they made it off of Vegeta.
Him and his dad.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. So how do they find him in the first movie then? How does he come across Goku?
Oh, the dad is a hater and lures Vegeta over to his planet so that Broly could kill them all.
Oh shit!
And also,
And Goku comes along with Vegeta.
yeah, Goku pulls up as well because he heard rumor of a legendary Super Saiyan, and he was like, "I want to fight that guy."
How the fuck did he beat Broly back then? They had to, bro. They had
They
to fucking fuse.
no, they
They had
gave
to go Super Saiyan Blue and fucking fuse to beat this nigga in the new movie. I was like, huh? What?
in the original
Excuse me?
they spend the majority of the movie getting beat up in really cool ways until
Oh,
they
that's
all
pretty cool.
give Goku their energy and he does like a super special punch,
Oh, that's what a spirit punch
some kind of spirit
instead of
punch.
a spirit bomb.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't like gathering energy in the same way as the spirit bomb. They just gave him their energy, and then they fought some more, and then he finished them off with a super cool punch.
Okay. Did he die or
No, Broly comes back for two more movies.
what? And he's still evil?
Yeah, he comes back when Gohan's an adult and Goku is dead, and he fights
Oh
He
shit.
fights Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Oh, and they do like a father son and also another son Kamehameha between Goku, Goten, and Gohan. I think to
Oh,
finish him
I've
off in
seen
that one.
that. I've seen memes of that before.
Hmm.
Okay.
And the third one is probably
Actually, I remember there was a meme, one of my favorite memes of all time. When it's like a picture showing up Goku, Gohan and Goten like shooting the beam together, and it wrote when you when your girl asked you where you was at last night and your niggas vouch for you, and show the rest of them fighting off the blast.
yeah.
Uh,
It's pretty good. But yeah, okay. So what do you think about New Broly?
I mean, it was pretty sick. I respected the concept of why he was so strong. It's just that like I don't know how to explain this. That Toriyama's like a victim of like the new cool thing. I don't know. Like I don't think it was that necessary for them to go Super Saiyan Blue and then and then fuse together and still fight that nigga evenly. I guess they won ultimately, but like, god damn, you telling me this nigga was stronger than Jiren? I don't even know what happened in the tournament. I think that's what I'm gonna do next. I think I'm gonna watch the Tournament of Power for the Super Arc.
I definitely
If for
do think
nothing
that
else,
the
for the
tournament
culture.
I do think that the Tournament of Power arc is worth watching and it's probably the best thing
It's like the
about
yeah,
Super.
this it had to be the best thing of Super, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I can't believe I've been depriving of myself. I know there's like mad different androids. There's like a female Super Saiyan. This is the whole Goku Black saga. That wasn't just a movie. He was like one of the characters, right? Like
Yeah.
he was one of the people in the tournament.
No, no, Goku Black was not in the tournament.
Oh, that was its own movie.
It was its own like saga of the show.
Oh, was that after or before the Tournament of Power?
It was before the Tournament of Power.
Wow, I missed a lot. What is the sequences of events? Could you please?
Okay, so it's
I would really
it's the
appreciate it.
Battle of the Gods arc where, fucking
So the
Beerus.
last thing that happens is King Boo. No, they killed Kid Boo.
Yeah, Kid Buu dies and
Yeah, okay,
then
that right.
maybe
Pam isn't really a thing yet. She's still a little girl, so it's not GT.
yeah, well Pam's probably I think at the start of Super she's like newborn, but don't quote me on that.
Oh,
She's
sure.
either like
Okay.
Vidal's either
So
pregnant at that point. Oh no, Videl is pregnant during Battle of the Gods, which is the first
Battle of the Gods. Is that when
which is
Goku
the
fights
first
against Beerus?
it's the first arc of Super, where like Beerus comes down and fights Goku and Goku becomes Super Saiyan God.
Is
Um
that the red one?
yes, that's the red one. And then after that,
Is that what? Did he use like Kaioken to get that or something like that?
no, they
Is that why he
he
looks like he has the regular hair?
I forget how I forget the real specifics, but I remember that like all of the remaining Saiyans had to like oh, fuck. How did that happen?
Did they get in a circle or
Yeah,
something
they
like
got
that?
into a
And like,
circle and like gave him all their power or whatever.
oh, I actually did see that. It was so random how like they just said, oh, like apparently there's this legendary, oh, like a Super Saiyan God, like this legend of a Super Saiyan God. Like it just seemed like it came out of no fucking where.
It sure did.
I don't remember what happened. Like
It sure
did the
did.
Super Saiyan God thing happen first, or did Beerus come down and say, I want to fight you?
That
And then
came
they thought, all right, I need some.
yeah, yeah, no, it was like Beerus found he got like a premonition that there's a Saiyan who's going to be the next Super Saiyan God. So he went to Earth to go find who the next Super Saiyan God would be, and he
Why is that
causes
important to Beerus?
because he wants to fight the guy,
Oh,
and because he's like Super Saiyan gods are like a threat ish, and he just wanted to
wow.
snuff it out. So he went to Earth to figure that out, and he causes trouble at Bulma's birthday party. Um, and Vegeta fights him because he slaps Bulma. So he's
Oh
like
shit.
he
And
he
Vegeta gets washed.
yeah, of course. Um Vegeta
Does
gets
Vegeta
washed.
even go Super Saiyan 3?
No, Vegeta skips Super Saiyan 3 entirely.
What an asshole.
In both, I guess, epilogue
Yes,
versions
in
of
GTN in this, he
he
skips
skips
3,
Super
right?
Saiyan
Why
3.
does Goku the only one with long hair?
Well, because I feel like I think I remember like Super Saiyan 3 isn't something like Toriyama loves to draw. But I could
I,
be
I wish I wish he did because that was the I swear to God, Chris, when Goku came back as Super Saiyan 3 to fight Boo for a little while before he went back to heaven, that shit was so amazing.
It really was. I'll tell you what. I wasn't around
Yeah.
to experience the original Super Saiyan transformation with the rest of the world or Super Saiyan 2, but Super Saiyan 3 was my moment for that. I was definitely like up against the TV
You said
screen.
Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah. That was my first
Yeah.
like live with everybody else in the world witness of Goku transforming into something. And I was
Yeah.
like hyped. It
I
was
think I
sick.
seen Goku go Super Saiyan 1 with everybody else. I think so.
Yeah, I missed that one. And I missed the Cell Saga with Super Saiyan 2. So Super Saiyan 3 was my
Oh my god, Cell Saga was lit.
it was lit.
Gohan became yo, man, he was supposed to be the one. I guess he is now,
Yeah.
huh? Guess that sec. I know you were given a comprehensive history of Super, so all right.
After
The
Battle of
God
the
arc
Gods.
happens, and
And then there's
after Ballad of the Gods, then it's
Return of Frieza, where Frieza is
wow, and that's when
resurrected.
he's like robotic.
No, that was in Z. This is after that, where I think like Dragon Balls he got wished back to life.
Oh,
And
and then he was
then he
like
tried to
gold, right?
reinvade Earth, but with his golden Frieza form. But by that
Yeah.
point, Goku was already Super Saiyan God, but Golden Frieza apparently is stronger than Super Saiyan God. So that's when Goku and Vegeta actually both became Super Saiyan Blue. So Vegeta not only skipped Super Saiyan
In that
3,
movie,
yeah, that's where Super Saiyan Blue came, or as it was
Vegeta
originally known.
skipped.
Vegeta originally skipped Super Saiyan God. I don't think he like does that until later. And
I, I think he went Super Saiyan Red in the Broly movie
he did, but
before he went blue.
that was after Frieza. And by that point, he had already
Okay.
gone Super Saiyan Blue without going into Super Saiyan God.
And it used to be called Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, which is insane. Thank God they changed it.
It was the Super Saiyan version of Super
Super
Saiyan
Saiyan
God.
God with
Okay, I see.
whatever arbitrary power ups you associate with that.
Right, right.
And then
And then
after
after blue, there's Ultra Instinct.
yeah, but that's a little later. In after Frieza was this it wasn't the tournament of power, but they did another interdimensional tournament with I want to say Universe 7. It's been a minute where they fought another alternate universe, and I think Goku's squad won. It was a much smaller one, so they met like
Yeah.
they were facing off against a universe where Planet Vegeta never died.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a lot more Saiyans.
Oh, that's pretty sick. So and that's when he had like Android 18 fighting with them. They had Frieza too, right?
No, Frieza wasn't in that one. That's Tournament of Power.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, after that they fight this kid named Kaba, who is like a Saiyan from that universe. Um,
Is that the female one?
no, that's Caulifla, I think her name is.
Like
But I think
cauliflower?
she is, yeah. But I think they are from the same universe. Um, and then after that, I think that's when Goku Black arc happens, which is a long and very convoluted arc. Not honestly my least favorite arc.
Yeah.
In
So I've heard from others as well.
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's like time travel bullshit. And I'm like,
Yeah,
why are we?
timey-wimey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all timey wimey in the worst way possible. Um, and then after that, I believe is the Tournament of Power because I don't think I'm.
And that's where Super Saiyan Blue isn't enough for the almighty Jiren.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it true that there still hasn't been an enemy stronger than Jiren since him?
Broly probably. I think Broly would pretty much easily
Oh.
wash Jiren.
Jiren lost because of Ultra Instinct, right?
Yeah, I think Goku achieved Ultra
Goku.
Instinct and beat him.
But he can't use it
Oh,
whenever
but he
he
also,
wants, right? That's why he's
that
still
Jiren was teamed up on by like Vegeta, Frieza, and Goku, and I don't really want to spoil it for you. You should watch it.
okay. At that, Jiren is that nigga. I just know he's a problem.
Yeah, and then after Tournament of Power comes Broly, and then after Broly comes, I guess the Granola arc.
Superhero.
But
Oh yeah,
and then
technically.
after the Granola arc, I imagine is when Superheroes happens. What did you think about Superheroes?
Oh my god, it took a little while to get adjusted, if you know what I mean.
What
Um,
the animation style?
I didn't hate I didn't hate the animation. There were moments that were definitely not great. But I got used to it. It was,
I like that
you know,
like
what
intro
I found.
sequence they did. I thought that looked cool, but that's kind of it. I didn't think there was anything special
Damn,
about the
that's
animation
it.
style.
I remember when they were driving in the car. It was the scientist and the Red Ribbon Army dude,
Yeah,
and it just looked like so bad.
it's just awkward. I get what they
It-
were trying to do, but it didn't really like.
yeah,
It's not my thing.
there was certain moments when they was fighting when it looked kind of cool.
Yeah,
It looked like a video game or something. You know,
yeah.
like when the fight scenes with those two hero guys, the two hero androids. First of all, when I tell you I had the only attitude when I seen Piccolo get like he lost that fight. Let's be clear, he ran. He was like, I'm not ready. And then like the solution, oh god, Dragon Ball is so fucking so weird. I'm not gonna no. It's so corny for this. This nigga Piccolo wishes with the Dragon Balls for him to like be strong to unlock his potential. And it's like, what?
Oh yeah, I forgot
What have
about
you been
that.
doing, my nigga? You haven't been training to unlock your potential? Why not? That would have been so much cooler if like, oh, what, you thought I've been chilling this whole time? Really, I've been doing this and that. I get to finally, like unlock this since everybody isn't around and they need, you know what I'm saying? They could have made it so much cooler, and instead they just got the Dragon Balls like because it's no problem. Like I don't know, and they try to be really like they try to be funny a lot in the movie, and I'm just like, come on, come on.
One.
I mean,
Yeah,
Gohan had his new form. It was, you
it
know,
was a
it's
form.
cool, I guess.
The thing about the
It was
forms is that
alright.
like, how many forms are we gonna get, bro? It just doesn't mean anything anymore.
What's so different about his form compared to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I need to
Like, if
know.
there's anything
Like,
that's Shonen
why
has
is it
advanced
different?
in that, like, they don't just make, for the most part, they don't like do these arbitrary things where like it's just in shape only. Like, there's more nuance to like if there's a change in someone's form, then I punch harder now, and my energy
Yeah.
is higher.
It's so 1998. Like,
But there's no like limit on energy, you know? So like
yeah,
energy runs out.
super arbitrary.
Right. Energy runs out whenever Akira Toriyama decides. Not when there's like kind of not based on any like say like cursed energy. There's no like rules in a sense.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing that gives us any indication that energy is running out unless they look tired.
Yeah. I mean, shit, Beerus really does have he really should be worried because as far as I'm concerned, Super Saiyans are fucking like they
Yeah, they just keep
just
advancing.
yeah yeah. Guess that's the point. There's no rules. They're them.
They are them.
And Frieza was like, mm-mm.
Now I am
There's a Super Saiyan. He was like, yo, that's what was really funny because they redid that again. They showed Bardock and everything. That was cool. I like the Broly movie. It just, got kind of dumb at the end, but whatever.
I love the
I mean,
part
it was
where he beats the
cool.
shit out of Frieza.
Oh my god, when they're trying to like fuse and he's just getting destroyed. And it's like, good for you, man. He deserved that.
Yeah. Um. All right. Before we get a question, have you watched Vinland Saga? Have you been watching it?
I watched the second episode. It's been a little while,
Okay. Yeah. No,
but
I
I
was just
seen Thor
checking because
finish.
I finished season 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. I haven't been spoiled, but like my friends fuck with Vinland Saga, and like they was telling me that they didn't love the second season. That there was things went down a certain way that they didn't care for. But I'm not. I'm gonna still watch it and form my
Yeah,
own
I'm
opinion.
really interested to see what you think because it's a lot more of a philosophical season.
There's one thing I already kind of know, and I'm disappointed about, and I'm just gonna say it.
Mm.
Apparently, Canute is being influenced by the crown. Now I'm hoping that like maybe that's just an interpretation from them that I'll see a little differently, or maybe see like see it as more of like setup or something. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna let
Were
you
you,
figure
were you
it out.
gonna ask anything?
No, I mean,
All
if
right,
you're only
yeah.
on episode
Let me
2,
watch.
there's not much I can ask.
I've been watching it on Netflix too, so I can understand it.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Well, we could get into a question here. Mike B asks, as anime and manga gain popularity in the West, what do you think is the next subculture that is seen as weird or outcasted? Or at what point, or are we at a point in history where we are beyond the concept of a subculture thanks to the availability of information and access to the internet?
Oh, that's a good question.
This is a good question. I tend to
Well,
think,
off rip, I lean towards the latter. That yeah,
yeah, me
like
too.
subculture is it implies that there's this main culture, this popular culture, but like in popular culture in of itself, there is this new openness to it, where it's not this very super straight stream of consciousness. It flows into a lot of different areas of interest,
Hmm.
and I think that has been made possible by like how easily we could communicate like online and with social media, how easy it is to form groups, and how large groups have a large voice and are much more easily seen and heard because of that. So yeah, like i, I would tend to agree with that. Like they're like because almost everything is its own subculture. you know it feels like it's all the same.
Yeah.
I didn't articulate that pretty well. What
Well,
do you
I
have to say?
I think I think still is kind of like a pop culture and a subculture, but it's like kind of I think the line is thinned a little bit more because of the internet, you know? Cuz there's stuff
Yeah.
that's obviously, in popular culture that, you know, I would consider like anime is still like kind of in a subculture in a sense. It's as popular as it's ever been, or more popular than it's ever been, and it's still rising up. I think One Piece in particular is like the second best selling book series in general, behind only Harry Potter.
Mm.
Um,
Wow.
But yeah, I think
That's incredible.
it is. But I think as it's and Barnes and Nobles are now just like kind of glorified manga shops essentially. If you go to the Union Square Barnes and Noble, there's like a whole floor that's like there's a good subsection of a floor that's all manga. Um, so I think like things like that kind of they grow in popularity, and I still think there's like a pop culture and a
I'm gonna get
subculture.
out.
It's just cool to. This is a good better time now where everybody in the subculture has an easier time reaching out to each other and creating communities and stuff like that. I don't know what's
Yeah.
next though. Maybe FNAF, maybe Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe
Oh,
that's gonna
like
be the
thinking
next.
like what's the next?
Yeah,
I think D&D is on the rise.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, it might be. I mean, I've been playing. I've had.
I hear there's so many people I'm hearing like into that
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I'm one of
I hear
them.
people talk
So
about it, the references. Like there's a lot of joke references I see on Instagram that hit my algorithm,
yeah,
so like
yeah. Dungeons and Dragons will probably be the next thing for real. It's a fun time
yeah,
though.
it's a lot of depth to it. It's fun. Yeah.
Um, I think we have time for one more question, just cause. Um, is there any series that you wish you could turn back time on and have it handled by another author, or have story beats changed? For me, I wish I could have had a different mangaka write Rurouni Kenshin for obvious reasons. It's so sad that my favorite series growing up has such a black mark on it, and it hasn't felt the same since the news broke.
Mm,
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. It's rough when you. I don't know if I
rough.
could do that because then if you take it away from this guy, then it's not really Rurouni Kenshin. I like to think that the authors that wrote the stories are, for the most part, the only people who could, which is unfortunate for Rurouni Kenshin's sake because it is also one of my favorite series that I haven't been able to bring myself to revisit. Um, but yeah, I
You
don't know.
know, I f- I don't know how this works psychology, but I I find it hard to believe that there's no type of like uh imagery or like um I don't know, subliminal messaging like in the comic, that would suggest like, the stuff that he was into.
Yeah,
It's really out of left field.
no, definitely, but it's more that like it's hard to support the guy, you know, because every read is kind of like some money in his pocket in a sense.
Yeah.
Like it's the continuation of support for a guy like that that makes it difficult. It's not about like the messaging of the manga, which is ironically very good, but 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 I guess to entertain the question, I guess, and if you could take, if you would, if you would take any series that's currently that we're reading and have another author write it, who would you split it from? You know what I mean?
Uh
This is tough, to be honest.
aside from the obvious,
Um,
yeah, man, I'm not gonna say I don't want horror. Oh, all right. I'm not gonna be spiteful. I'm gonna be creative. I would take Hunter x Hunter away from Akira Toriyama. No,
no,
that's Dragon Ball.
Tagashi.
What's his name? Higashi. Yeah, I would let somebody else write it. Let him like let someone else like kind of like draw it and let him like kind of tell the story.
Yeah, yeah, I know his.
I can live with the new art style.
Yeah, I'm like kind of wary because I know the ending is floating out there somewhere. So, I'd like to wait until like he knows for sure he's not coming back to hunt down that ending because he did write it and he
Well,
did
assuming
post it
that
somewhere.
I mean, we're saying if he
But if he would have passed it on
we
to
could take
somebody
the
else, yeah,
series away.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's kind of a cop out. But there was no rules. There was no set conditions
no
to this
set
curse
conditions
technique,
or story beats change. So it
to
doesn't have to be that. It
this
could be like
nanability.
what would you change in a story in any particular story? I've said this one before, and it is My Hero Academia, but I would have like taken more time in the
Ooh.
post initial Liberation Front War time to like kind of explore this like post apocalyptic type of vibe for My Hero Academia. I would have thought that would have been interesting.
Give me some time to you know, to like Dirty Deku.
Yeah, I
Let
thought
me let me feel how he feels. Let me get dirty with him through the chapters. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Pause.
No, I agree. I mean, I feel like if you were if you were to just spend more time in that, I thought it would have been there was just so much potential that would have been super cool because I enjoyed what I got already. It was just I wish we could have stayed a little longer, more incorporate that into the world. There's a
Yeah.
couple of things in Eye Shield that I would change probably. Eye Shield 21 and um I probably would have made Bakuman end slightly earlier because I think some of the
Yeah.
latter arcs were kind of like meh. Like when this guy pulled up the
I
second time, the plagiarist guy pulled up a second time. I was like, how many times am I gonna deal with this kid?
Oh my gosh. I forgot all about him. I gotta read that series again too. That's another one.
Oh, it's still great.
Gotta see if
Holds
it
up.
holds up like Tobey Maguire.
I'm sure it still holds up. I read it semi recent, probably like last year, and I'm like, this is still great. So we'll probably like it. All right, we're getting on to like about 50 minutes here, so we're I guess we should start the real show. Happy holidays, everyone.
Yes, sir. Happy
See
holidays.
see you
Thanks
guys in
for
New Jump
listening.
City.